Jung spent decades studying both positive and negative inflation, and he understood that negative inflation might be even more dangerous than positive inflation in its long-term destructive impact. The person possessed by positive inflation harms others. The person possessed by negative inflation slowly destroys themselves while believing they're fulfilling their cosmic role. Stephen isn't a danger to others. He's a slow-motion tragedy that nobody can interrupt because the negative inflation has closed him off from any perspective that would help. Jung would say Stephen desperately needs what no one is providing: an ego strong enough to recognize that his conviction of cosmic doom is not truth but pathology. An ego that could maintain perspective on his thoughts and feelings rather than identifying completely with them. A persona that could allow him to function in relationships without constant self-sabotage. A shadow that could contain his darkness without having that darkness become his entire identity. A connection to the self that knows he's fundamentally worthy despite his pain. But Stephen has none of these structures. He has only the negative inflation, the archetype of the damned that's completely possessed his consciousness. And the insidious nature of negative inflation is that it feels true. It feels like realism. It feels like honesty about the fundamental unworthiness he's sure he's discovered. What it actually is the total identification with an archetype that's removed him from the human community and the possibility of receiving love, help, or genuine connection. The tragedy of negative inflation is that the person cannot save themselves. The conviction that they're cosmically damned prevents them from accepting the very help that might actually heal them. Unlike someone like Gabriel, whose mana inflation eventually harms others enough that intervention becomes necessary, Stephen's negative inflation is almost invisible. He's not breaking laws or hurting people. He's just quietly destroying himself with the cosmically significant resignation of someone who's accepted their place as sacrifice in a larger universal drama that only he can see. Jung warned that both positive and negative inflation take us out of humanity. Gabriel became more than human, crowned with archetypal significance. Stephen became less than human, stripped of worth and relegated to the role of cosmic failure. Both have lost the ego's capacity to maintain human perspective. Both are possessed, and both are suffering profoundly, though in opposite ways. Stephen's suffering is the silent kind, the kind that whispers to him that everything he experiences is confirmation of fundamental unworthiness, that love is too much to ask, that his only role is to quietly accept the cosmic doom he believes has marked him. And he will likely accept it, living a slow-motion tragedy he mistakes for truth, isolated in the negative inflation that has completely replaced his capacity for hope.